Let's welcome in Republican Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett with us today, and founder of the Disclosure Project and Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence, and American UFOologist, Dr. Stephen Greer. Welcome into you both. Congressman, we've followed your hearings and some important work there that Americans want to know. Dr. Stephen Greer, it's always been fascinating to see what you are putting out. And this story, you know, it's pretty wild in Mexico. I know that you have studied UFOs, extraterrestrial intelligence, Dr. Greer, for decades. So you have this person testifying under oath to Mexico's Congress. Some say it's not real, he's not telling the truth, but he says this is legit. Is this a stunt? What do you make of his discovery of these corpses?
Well, we first learned of this about 7 years ago, and honestly, I have not been able to get a copy of the report on the genetics, which is the only thing that's going to matter is the genetic analysis. But I would like to remind everyone, we don't have to go to a 1,000-year-old corpse. I have people in the Disclosure Project who have directly handled extraterrestrial material, including craft and bodies, that are in the archive we have, which we have provided to members of Congress and also to the White House and the Pentagon and the Aero Office. So it's we're still a little mystified as to why those top secret witnesses have not yet appeared before a panel or a subpoena, as opposed to some of the secondhand witnesses that have appeared. So
that's a great question.
Far as this, yeah, it is an important question, because we have over something like 7 terabytes of data that we have already provided to the U.S. government. We're wondering when they will get around to investigating all of it.
Congressman Burchett, do you have any answers to that? I know you've been working hard. You did some, congressional testimony with the whistleblowers just a short time ago. Where's all this evidence that Dr. Greer says, and can you make it public for us?
Well, the truth is that the U.S. government doesn't want to disclose this. NASA, in this lengthy report that said very little, in the first paragraph, basically they asked for more money, and that's what's driving all this. They don't want to find an answer to it. They know the answer. All I want is them to release their files, and I agree with Dr. Greer. I think this stuff needs to be made public, and it should be. I have an agreement from Speaker McCarthy that we will hold another hearing. I guess that's good news. We won't get the select committee like we wanted to, because we stepped on too many toes in the intelligence community, which I knew we would, but we're not going to get there by asking for things. We got to turn the tables over, and this NASA report is not turning any tables, in my opinion. And I think this thing, Dr. Greer is very diplomatic, and I'm no diplomat. I'll never get a job at the UN. I think this thing's a hoax. This guy has a history. This guy has a history in Mexico of hoaxing folks. So I'm.
And there's better research out there. Okay, so this is a hoax, but it gets us talking about it, and it gets the pressure that people do want to know what is happening. A final question. I'll give you each 20 seconds because we're a little tight on time, and we'll definitely have you back. But is there a concern that how people would react in society if we were to find out indeed that, yes, alien life is existing, and this non-human intelligent life is possibly still among us? Dr. Greer, to you first.
I think if it's disclosed honestly, people will be able to accept it. I think the majority, something like 2/3 of Americans, already have that baked into the cake. However, if it's disclosed in a way that sort of presents it as a threat, which it is not a threat, clearly, if they were threatening, we'd certainly know it, then we're going to be in a world of trouble. We could have worldwide panic. So I think the way that this is disclosed is as important as what is disclosed, and that needs to begin to be discussed seriously.
Yes, and I know, Congressman Burchett, you are trying to do just that. We're going to have you back. Would like to follow this and see when the next hearings are scheduled. Thank you both for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.